day one?
My grade?
Your grade for day one. Just your feel, the overall feel of the roster, the team, the new additions, how you guys came together. What was it?
I would say it was about a B plus.
B plus.
Yeah, it was good energy. More than anything else. Covered some of our sets. Got up and down a little bit. It was a little bit sloppy at the beginning, but I think overall it was a good day.
And the sloppiness expected, right?
It is expected. I mean, we've been playing for the last month or so, and today was the worst day. So I think it was like that excitement, and that emotion from just, things being official. I think it creates some of that sloppiness. But it was overall a good day.
Anybody stick out in particular as really impressing you?
I mean, not really. It was just we didn't really play a lot live. We did like some transition stuff. Everything was quick. It was like next drill. When we actually scrimmaged, it was just 2 8-minute scrimmages. Like I said, it was just, getting our feet wet. It was a little bit sloppy. Then, one team makes shots. Like the first game, one team made shots, the other team was sloppy. Our team was pretty sloppy. And then the next game, we had some subs in and it flipped. But it was just, like I said, overall good day. Nothing really. We didn't have enough live action, for anything to really get going like that. So just a good day of getting stuff in, kind of, getting back into the swing of things. And, I think tomorrow will be a more smooth day.
Something you brought up yesterday briefly that somebody that really impressed you over the summer was Keon, who we haven't really heard a lot about or talked a lot about or thought a lot about. What in particular is it about him that's really impressed you or that stuck out to you?
I mean, we got him last year after the trade with Rocco and Norm, and I didn't really, I knew who he was, but I hadn't really seen a lot of him. And then when we got him, you look for what a guy does, and I think he was still a rookie trying to find his way, so you really couldn't see. You would see him struggle here, trying to figure things out. And then toward the end of the season, you start to see him make threes and get downhill, and you saw his athleticism. But I think over the summer, when I got to see him even more and get to know him as a person, and then you're like, oh, I see why he was a first-round pick, and then you see the talent. You see who he is as a person. He has that quiet toughness, and he's also a younger guy that, he'll go out there and do exactly what you tell him to do. And he's picking guys up full court. He's making open threes. He's understanding our defensive principles and our offensive principles, like what we want to do offensively, and he's able to be effective and find his way in the midst of that and not going outside of it. And I think to me, that's made him the most impressive, especially for being young and not having a lot of experience.
And that same idea, how did the rookies look at them today?
I thought they looked good. Like I said, when I think about my time back then, I understand how they feel. It's like that excitement to kind of prove yourself and show like I got better. It's a new opportunity for them to step into a new level of their careers. And that's a lot of energy. It makes you emotional. It makes you kind of sped up. And, you can see it in some of the moments where, one group would go through it and it would be like me, Ant, JG, Nurk, and Hart. We've been around for a while, so we can execute these things smoothly. And then sometimes a younger group gets out there and they moving too fast, they thinking, and then, that's where the mistakes come in. But I can remember that, what I'm saying? So that's normal, and, you can just tell that the excitement is there, but it's a lot of like that emotional energy, you know what I mean? But that's a good thing.
You talked about having this, you guys have been going for a while now.
Yeah.
Shaden having missed all of, at the training camp for
Yeah.
but not there. Do you notice that at all, or does he look up to speed, or?
I mean, he looks, I always say, to be as young as he is and to not have played in college and coming to the NBA, I think he looks good. But I think it's just a matter of getting used to the pace of the NBA. Like, last week I was sidelined and I was able to train and lift and do all these things, but I wasn't on the court because I was like, I had some tight spots, a few things tightening up on me. And I just missed like 10 days of up and down. And then today I felt tired, you know what I mean? I felt winded once we actually started doing it. So like, I say that to say it takes time for anybody to get back up to speed and, get comfortable at the pace of an NBA game or practice. And for him to not have played at college level, miss summer league, and then come into this, it's going to be fast. So I think once his game gets used to the NBA pace and, he can kind of settle in, I think that's when his talent and his ability to really shine through.
Hey, back in the day, did you consider going to UCSB? I heard you really wanted to go here.
I actually considered going to UCSB. I got recruited here. But I mean, had I known what I know now, they probably would have had a better chance. Let's just say that.
Enjoying Santa Barbara?
I like Santa Barbara. I got married here last summer, so
Normally after a training camp practice, you would go home,
yeah.
right? Now everyone's going back to the hotel. How do you think that's going to help this team bond this week, having that opportunity?
I mean, well, we got each other. You know, like you said, we go back home to our families and our private lives, and I think being here, you know, it's almost like a retreat. You know, we play basketball, we go through practices, and you know, we go eat together and we spending time together, kind of in a bubble. So it creates a lot of opportunity for us to bond and get together and, you know, be connected as a team.